Good morning everyone and welcome to the Equal Opportunity Committee's 10th meeting of 2013. Can I remind everyone to either switch off their mobile phones or set them to flight mode. Thank you. Agenda item 1 today is a decision on taking business in private. The committee is asked to agree whether it would like to take consideration of its forthcoming work programme in private at future meetings. Are we agreed on that? That's agreed, thank you. Agenda item 2 is consideration of the Scottish Government's response to the committee's report on the draft budget of 2013 to 2014. And paper 1 sets out the Government's response to our report to the Finance Committee. And we've been asked to note the response, including the aspects highlighted in paragraph 2. Do committee have any comments on the response? Is there anything further we would like to seek clarification on, or can we agree the report as is?
I'm content with the report as is.
Okay. John?
I mean, if you want some comments, well, one particular.
No, don't mind me.
I mean, we raised the point in paragraph 89 about zero-based budgeting and things, and I had an interest in that, and we'd kind of discussed it. And frankly, I don't think the answer really deals with that. In fact, it doesn't even mention it, frankly. So I have to say I was a little bit disappointed with that particular part.
So would you like some further clarification on that?
I mean, I think we've got the answer. I mean, I don't. It's just, you know, I'm not enthusiastic about the answer, but we've got the answer.
I mean, we could press the government to firm up the answer we've been given, or give us more detail.
I mean, I don't know if what anyone else thinks about that particular one.
I know. I suppose. I mean, I'm quite happy with the response. That there are a few things I would perhaps like a bit more information on. The response to including gender in the decision-making process and how they're going to take forward the whole aspect of gender, I would perhaps be happy to get a bit more detail on specifically what they're going to be doing and how they're going to monitor it and what they're going to do if that's seen not to work. So personally, I would like a bit more information on that aspect. And again, the stuff about equal pay, will be picking up equal pay later on. So I would like a further response on what's happening with equal pay and how that's going to get taken forward. So I would like a bit more information about that, given that we're picking up that later.
If you are going to contact the government with respect to that, saying that we are going to be looking at this in more depth.
Yes.
So therefore, you know, it would be good to get their response at this stage.
Yes.
Just to qualify, in a sense, why we're asking for more detail at this stage.
Yes.
I have to say I was pleasantly surprised by how much they were able to pass on about equal pay, but obviously that's just the top of an iceberg anyway.
Yeah. John?
Can I just agree with John Mason in relation to the response that's, I don't have a page number, the response to zero-based budgeting. I thought it made a number of presumptions that, quite the reverse of being critical of the need for zero budgeting, actually suggested there might be a need for it. The idea that the present system doesn't see silos of activity bidding for resources. So, like John, I was a bit disappointed with that. That said, I thought there was a lot of useful information that will inform future work of the committee. Yeah, that's it, thank you.
John?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're doing a response with a number of points in it, you know, I wouldn't want you to write specially on that paragraph, but I'd be happy that something might. Well, I think that would be giving it a little bit too much emphasis, but just on the question of incremental budgeting against zero-based budgeting, you know, could we have a little bit more comment on that specific point?
Okay.
Water.
Yeah, I was going to say, just
So,
on Marco's point,
will you drop a response based on the issues that have been raised? So is everybody happy with the... Well, sorry, Dennis, did you want to raise something else?
Basically saying that I think, you know, although we're making comment, I think the response was a fairly comprehensive response in a lot of other areas. You know, it's not that we're saying you didn't respond. I
No.
think they did in a fairly positive manner, and I think, you know, we need to reflect that. There's
Yeah,
just
I
one
mean,
or
that
two
can be
points.
reflected in the letter that, you know, we thank government for the response.
Yeah.
We're happy, but we would like further clarification on a couple of things. So you're happy to draw that up. Is there anything else that people think we should be picking up on from the response? Okay. Thank you very much for that. That concludes the public part of our formal meeting. Our next meeting will take place on Thursday, the 28th of March, and will include oral evidence on our Women and Work Committee inquiry. And I'm now going to suspend the meeting.